When Roundup Ready soybeans first came out, Monsanto said, you don't need a pre-emerge herbicide. I completely disagree.
Well, they didn't have a pre-emerge herbicide to sell, so
there you
I think
go.
Maybe it was just a little bit self-serving. But
well, talk about the corn. They have harness in corn, so their message was always, oh, you gotta put a pre down in corn, but you don't need one in soybeans. You've gotta control your weeds early on in the season, and I'll give you a couple reasons why it's so important that you gotta do this. Number one, you gain more yield. Look at any research study on average that has been done over the years. They're gaining yield with corn, they're gaining yield with soybeans when they put a pre down. The other thing we have to face now that we didn't 5 years ago is we got a lot of Roundup resistant or Roundup tolerant weeds out there. So if you want to try to control things post-emerge like wild buckwheat or velvet leaf or mare's tail or common ragweed, there's a great big list. It's going to be tough to do that with straight Roundup. And oh, by the way, Roundup is kind of expensive this year. So you can put a pre down possibly cheaper than another shot of Roundup or cheaper than upping your rate of Roundup.
Well, there's a lot of guys that want to save a little bit of time this spring, but spraying the pre-emerge herbicide, that's the fastest job you can do. You can get over all these acres in not very much time. Why cut that job out?
Yep, you know, we started spraying pre-emerge herbicides on our farm in mid-April. Or sorry, mid-March this year, and we hope to be done by mid-April. We want you to get it done early. So don't think, oh, I need to wait until planting time or I need to wait till after I plant. Do it now. Do it right now. You can do it on days when the ground is frozen in the morning and thawing in the afternoon. You can do it on days that might not be quite fit to plant, but you can get out there with the sprayer and get some things done. You know, you don't have to have perfect conditions to get all this done, and you also don't have to spray all your acres. Take a few of your acres. Maybe 10% of your ground is fit to spray right now. Get it sprayed. Get that job done.
Yes, and many of these products, if you're talking to your agronomist about which product can I do now, there are quite a few that you can, and also there are quite a few that don't have to be worked in, that they can just be laid on top of the ground and everything will be just fine.
Okay, so let's talk about them real quick. In corn, you could use Harness, Surpass, Outlook, Dual, Balance Pro, Balance Flex. There are a number of those
I was wondering when you're going to stop, because there's even more than that.
Yep.
In soybeans, it's the same way. Prowl would be the yellow that you can use. Treflan and Sonlan, they have to be worked in.
So Prowl is the only one of the yellows you can use. You could also use Valor or Authority Assist, Authority First. There are a number of other products too.
There are many choices for you. Don't think that, oh man, I'm in trouble now, I can't get this done. Get your spraying done. It's really going to pay off and save you time later in the year when time is really critical.
Well, we'll talk about which one of these pre's, or none of them, will control our Weed of the Week. It's coming up next.